Even if you've never picked up a single book in your life, it's impossible to deny how great the author Dave Pilkey is. He's written so many books, including Captain Underpants and the Dogman series. Captain Underpants has gotten a movie, and Dogman has one in the works too. And hey, if you don't believe me, the numbers don't lie. He's gotten countless awards. His books have sold millions upon millions worldwide. One of his Dogman books even sold more than 200,000 copies in the first 7 days alone. And one of the biggest reasons why his books have done so well is because of the illustrations. His books' art are funny, interesting, and of course, crazy good. And why am I telling you this? Well, if you didn't know, Dave Pilkey has made another incredible book, but this time with a twist. What if I told you that Dave Pilkey has written a series of books all about art, so you can have tons of fun while reading it, while learning new skills by the minute? On Purpose is the third book of the Cat Kid Comic Club. And in this series, some of the most beloved characters from the Dogman books show 21 baby frogs all around the beautiful world of art. And I know what you're thinking, Dorian, stop overhyping this. How can a book about a bunch of baby frogs drawing comics be so good? And honestly, I can't really tell you. I don't know how Dave Pilkey does it. I bet he could write a book about a pile of dirt and it would still be amazing. You know why? Because Dave Pilkey is a storytelling master. He turns seemingly simple plots into deep, addictive storylines that keep you biting your nails every second that you read it. This series is so cool because it's so fun to see all the different personalities of every character. I love to see Lil Petey as a teacher, Flippy as a dad, and Naomi and Melvin working on their relationship as siblings. On top of that, I get to learn super cool art techniques myself, and the best part? There are tons of cool comics made by the baby frogs that I really enjoy. I really like Cat Kid Comic Club because, as with all of Dave Pilkey's books, I never really know what to expect. Every single comic is filled with variety and wildly different than the last, which makes for a really refreshing read. Because let's be real here, nobody is going to sit through a predictable book. So let's talk about what happens in this book. The book begins with Melvin and Naomi the Frogs being super excited because they sent one of their comics to a publisher to get it published. And they're already thinking of all the cool stuff they're gonna buy. We're talking self-driving cars, robot servants, and pizza machines, ice cream machines. You get the gist. There's a small issue though. Naomi's the one that's really dead set on this. After all, it's her book. But the only reason she wants her book to be published is because of that sweet, sweet cash. That's all she sees. Flippy tries to give Naomi a reality check, but it's tough to convince her, so he gives up. But wait a minute, we see a poster in Naomi's room, and now if you'll excuse me to put my theory glasses on, we can see a poster for what looks like a movie that Yole Caprice, a character from the Dogman books, is starring in. And if there is a Dogman book 11, maybe Dave Pilkey is slipping in a sneak peek from one of the chapter pages for this book for the fans that will notice it. Maybe Dave Pilkey just wanted to put something fun on the wall, but I don't know. The poster looks like he spent a lot of time on this, and it really looks like a chapter page. So maybe it actually is an Easter egg. Anyways, Lil Petey welcomes everyone to the third week of Cat Kid Comic Club. And by the way, shout out to Dave Pilkey for listening to his fans, because you won't really be seeing a ton of Lil Petey in this book. And that's because a lot of the fans have been complaining that Lil Petey really stole the spotlight from Dogman. So Dave Pilkey probably heard this, and that's why the spotlight is a little bit more on the baby frogs now. Anyways, Naomi shows off her comic, The Underwerewolves, and it's really good. I like the rhyming and art style a lot. Then everyone becomes super hyped because that's when Molly tells everyone that Sarah Hadoff is coming the next day. And that next day, right before Sarah Hadoff arrives, Melvin and Naomi become super excited because the publisher lady wrote back. But unfortunately, she rejected it, and Naomi took this really hard. She was so discouraged, she even ripped up her whole comic and quit the club. Then Sarah Hadoff comes in, and to everyone's surprise, she's actually really happy about all the drama that's going on, because she says it's gonna make for a great news story. She interviews Melvin the Frog, and he says that he's super lonely and sad now that Naomi is gone. But the baby frogs show Melvin many of the comics that they made for him. Will Melvin be happy once again? Will Naomi's sadness end, and will she ever come back to the club? Will the entire club fall apart live on TV? Well, you'll have to read this book to find out. All in all, this is another great book by Dave Pilkey. This book really shines through and through with creativity, and it's an all-around awesome book. And for the parents, don't worry, this book has a lot of educational value too. As silly as some of Dave Pokey's books seem, Dave Pokey's formula is amazing because he's teaching us important life lessons and skills in ways that younger readers can really understand and digest. And what really sets him apart is that all of his lessons aren't presented in super cheesy ways, but rather in really interesting ways. I've learned so many lessons from these books growing up, and I didn't even notice them because of how cleverly Dave Pokey slipped them in. This book has great messages about many things, including being yourself, not giving up, and as the book's title suggests, finding your true purpose. To sum it all up, you're definitely gonna have fun, you're gonna laugh, but you're also gonna be learning new skills, and of course, you're gonna get inspired. My hat is off to Dave Pokey once again. His drawings are terrific, his storytelling is amazing, and most importantly, the books really seem to pull me into the Dogman world. And I'm here for it. I don't want to get out. It's a pretty awesome time to be a Dogman fan. This book just released, Cat Kid Comic Club 4 is on the way, and there's even a Dogman movie coming soon. I'm going to be making tons of super cool content about everything I just mentioned, plus more. And I know you don't want to miss out on that, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, and make sure to check out the Planet Pilkey YouTube channel too for similar videos to this one. Bye everyone!